Do you go along with the narrative that the Afrobeat scene is pervaded with dilettantes, untrained and unskilled individuals who only thrive on PR to excel? Are you unsatisfied with the current flavor of sound presently mainstream? While everyone is focused on jumping on trendy beats and lyrics at the expense of genuine and artistic brilliance, we present to you Wizard Chan.
I go by the name W-I-Z-A-R-D, Chan for life.
An artist who chose to step aside from the general market and intentionally create sounds hinged on truth and actual experiences that it affects or relates with the people, their culture, belief systems, and life in general.
I live in a world of blooming danger, and the evil's always winning, and they couldn't live in prayer.
He's not noisy but clearly loud enough to cause a stir and drag attention to an unpopular genre of music.
Inside the walls of time.
Today, we engage with Chan in moments of authentic connection. What we found out, what drives his resolve to create something so new yet refreshing, clarity and spiritual dimensions noticeable in his lyrics and public display. We leave nothing out of this conversation, even touching past addictions, present stance on certain key issues, and clarity on misconceptions. Everyone who is a Chan.
Rub my eyes, cross my teeth.
We're doing this show by 2 a.m.
Yeah, 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Crazy.
Guys, 2 a.m. Hello guys, and welcome to yet another episode of True Colors Podcast. It's no news that this is obviously the best podcast in the country right now. And today, we're about to prove that to you. We have such an interesting guest in the house today. A spiritual entity, as I would like to call, or put, he has such a diverse and interesting personality. I'll be introducing him to you, and then we'll get to hear him talk. We'll get to ask him some questions I know you've been dying to hear him, attempt to or answer. So join me briefly as I make welcome the one and the only Wizard Chan.
Yeah.
Good to have you on the show.
Good to thank you for having me.
So I called you Wizard Chan. That's your name actually.
Yeah.
But then I hesitated.
Yeah.
Wizard. Tell me what it's about. Are you a wizard?
Yes, I am a wizard.
You are a wizard.
Yeah,
So what's the idea of a wizard? Like what's a wizard? Or who is a
do you
wizard?
like computers?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have anyone that you can consider a computer wizard?
I do.
Why do you call them a computer wizard?
So because it is a word, and then words have both denotative and connotative interpretations.
Mm-hmm.
So the first interpretation of the word wizard is a person who obviously has, superpowers, sorcery, magic powers. And then the other interpretation of the word wizard could mean somebody who does his craft so well, it is assumed that he has magical powers. Do you understand? So it means that, you're doing this thing beyond what your natural abilities could have actually done.
Yeah.
And then we're saying, okay, maybe this thing is actually supernatural.
Yeah.
That's what the case is for you.
You've answered the question.
So you're a wizard in the sense that you're the best at your craft.
In all ramifications, join the two that is.
Okay, but one thing that we cannot take out of your music or out of your personality is the fact that you actually tilt towards the actual meaning of a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand the fact that you're good at your craft and all of that.
Yeah.
But then your music and how it sounds, how it resonates, the lyrics and all of that, see how you're dressed and all of that. Somebody can actually just see you and say, come on.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you if you actually say you're a wizard.
If you believe it, it means I'm doing my job very well.
But that's what I'm saying. What's the idea behind it?
There's no idea, it's just reality. I am a wizard.
And you're a wizard Chan.
Yeah.
So what's the Chan now?
Chan was just something that was attached to me one day when I was freestyling back in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very bad at freestyling. So
Okay.
I was freestyling in the studio, and one of my Ghanaian producers back then, so his name is Older Eugene. And on the studio walls, there are this Chinese write-up. So I got stuck in freestyling, and I did chant. And from that day, everyone
just started calling you Chan, and then you added the wizard to it.
Yeah, my name was just Wizard.
Okay.
So they kind of like gave my son name that is that Chan. Just stuck, and it made sense. It sounded
right.
Because Wizard alone is something you definitely see on Spotify. The artist already answers Wizard, so that was one of the reasons why it was easy for me to adopt it, just to have like a uniqueness,
of course,
towards my name. Yeah.
There's no other person that's called Wizard Chan. It can only be you.
Yeah, probably there may be a Chinese person that his name is Chan that thinks he's a
wizard. That thinks he's a wizard.
That will just say Wizard Chan, but like in terms of like,
but it doesn't personify. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. So again, good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And right now, I just want to ask, how are you feeling right now in this particular stage of your career?
It's a mixed feeling. I'm feeling depressed, blessed, grateful, ungrateful, happy, unhappy.
You will have to break that down a bit.
I think I'm at this stage of my career where it's like a make or break.
Okay.
Because my career, maybe I don't know. I have a different experience. Maybe if I blew up much younger, it would be different. But my career is kind of like clashing with like real life crisis in terms of like, oh, you're not getting younger. You need to like sort out your life in other things that like are real life problems.
Yeah.
You know,
while doing music, all of these things you just mentioned.
There's always this stereotype that if you're an artist, if you sort out some certain kind of real life problems, it might affect your music, all those things. So it's kind of tricky for me, and I don't know whether it's because of, like I said, the age thing, or it's just a general artist thing. But this is my own
reality.
view.
Yeah,
because some people now can be younger and they feel like they have more time to make the money that they want to make and all that. But maybe sometimes I don't feel that way. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. You talked about age just right now. So, like, when exactly did you start doing music?
I started doing the first time I ever recorded a song was in 2011.
Okay. What song was that?
The first song I recorded was on the Records beat Dice Pineapple.
Okay.
Beat. I remember I loved hip hop. I wanted to sing on hip hop beat, and I was just recording. But the first song I ever wrote in my life was when I was in GS2, and it was like a tribute song to someone that died in school. So.
And then since then, you probably kicked off something new.
Yeah.
And then let you know, okay, I think this is what I can actually do, what you're good at.
It felt good not lying for once.
Oh. So you express yourself through your music.
Yeah. It's easier to lie when you're
talking.
That's for me personally. Like if you tell me to lie in my music, I find it very hard. Like I feel like that's where I would say everything without,
I think I know why, because music actually outlives you. So if you lie in your music, it's obviously gonna come out, right?
What will happen when your children come and hear something?
Come and hear something, and you're like, nah. And people around you, people who know you for who you are, or people who will eventually get to know you, they're like, but you said this thing 20 years ago, 40 years ago. So yeah, that's beautiful. So quick one, for someone who's just hearing you for the first time, who's just encountering you for the first time, what kind of music would you say you do?
These days we have all kinds of music. Everybody's Afro something, right?
Of course.
But for me, I like to put my music what I like to call it is called Afro Tene. And that's because our industry, knowingly or unknowingly, can be very tribalistic with the way they approach everything. And for example, how would I say it? It's basically somehow similar to Afro-Adura. I can easily say Afro-Adura, but they wouldn't take me there because of I'm not speaking Yoruba.
Yeah.
But like most of the guys that they call Afro-Adura are more like people that say real shit, street stuff, feel spiritual
Yeah.
and all. But they wouldn't take anyone that is doing music like that as Afro-Adura. So Teme in my language, which means spirit.
Okay.
And I always say Teme in my songs. And I feel like, okay, this is for me to start up something for my people.
So there's spiritual intonation in all of these things you're saying.
Like I don't consider myself like the way some people see me as one godlike figure and everything. Life in itself is very spiritual. Whether you are a Christian, Muslim, or whatever religion you are, you cannot just really explain life. Even as a scientist, no matter how smart you want to be, if you say, for example, you know when they will say, oh, nobody created the earth, it was a big bang. Even the big bang is a magic. So at the end of the day, can you still explain the big bang? It's still weird.
It is even harder to explain.
Yeah.
Of course, if you say the world is as a result of the Big Bang, which makes more sense that somebody created it or that it was as a result of a mistake.
Yeah, so in that way, I just
you understand
about life that is you can explain.
But then, beautiful thing that you're talking about spirituality now. Do you believe in alternate universes? Like there's another version of yourself in another reality?
See, I don't think I would say it that way, but what
like reincarnation or things like that.
It's possible. See, the fact that we breathe air alone is such a big miracle that anything is possible. That's why you can't quantify God. Right? You can't say what is possible and what is not possible. But one thing I always believe in so much is that human beings are very overrated. Like we are
overrated.
We are very overrated, Jesus, man. Like we are too overrated. Like think about it. Like do you know how many planets do they say they have discovered?
Yeah.
What's making us so special? Why is everything about us so much? Why do we feel like when you go to heaven, it's only human beings that will go there or something? I don't know how to explain it, but that's one thing
I understand what you're saying. I mean, but you know,
other creatures that maybe God even loves more. In Pluto,
if there were other creatures that God loves more, He will not make Earth the most habitable. Okay.
maybe because you cannot survive properly. What if
so that's an act of love.
Them that are there are saying that it's not habitable for them.
But come on, the human mind, the human brain.
This is why I say we're overrated. We overrate ourselves because we need to think about it from the aspect that what if the things that are surviving there are also looking at us and saying that how these niggas are alive there?
How they surviving?
Yeah, I don't think he's just going to create.
But of course, Earth is the greatest civilization.
Then for us, because that's what we choose to believe. That's all we can reach.
That's all we can reach at the moment. And so it only makes sense that you stop your reasoning where your hand reaches.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why we overrate ourselves now. Because if you want to be honest, you know that you cannot quantify God's ability. So you know that there could be like civilization in the sun.
Yeah, of course.
Like
in the water as well.
Yeah. Just like our Earth itself is like Earth is the land, the water you see. Who will be visitors for here?
Of course.
We are not really useful here. If you think about it, Earth is actually the one that ends up killing us and eating us. You just wait for you to die. When they put you back for ground, making collect you
to continue the cycle.
Yeah, if you think about it, we are just a very nice meal for
Earth.
Yeah,
that's how you see it.
Isn't it? Earth will never die. Earth will always remain. We can't even dig down to.
Yeah, to the deepest part of the earth.
So, but every day you will die. You will eat that ground, another generation will come. Egg grows a child. They grow tree. If you like, you scatter the tree.
But it's a symbiotic thing. Earth eats us. we eat out of earth too. I mean, he produces
It
crops.
pities us.
He does all of
So it's just a big small. Chop so that you be healthy and die for me.
Oh my
I'm just
goodness.
joking, but yeah, I think what I'm just trying to say is that I don't like to quantify God, basically.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
the moment I start saying things with so much conviction,
Mm-hmm.
like say me and nine create the earth together,
Yeah.
then I'm already saying he's limited.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to believe that God
He's
is
unlimited.
not limited
Yeah,
in any way. You can't even know his next move.
of course.
It's not possible. So
I mean, he's not even captured in time to
yeah,
begin with.
he's bigger
Beautiful.
than time. It's crazy. So
Of course. Nice. So away from all the science and spiritual whatever, let's go back to the music. Tell me, what has been occupying your mind lately?
I wish I
Musically, personally, I mean,
can lie. I wish I can lie.
nah, you can't. Do you know
Do you
the
have like
podcast
a
you're
on
on?
me? If I lie,
So you're on True Colors podcast.
you should have brought like the okay.
You don't know, they probably there's a lie detector. Just lie and see.
But I like to make them say it's so what has been on my mind. Musically is actually just been how do I go to the next level?
Okay.
You know, how do I scale up? How do I go global and maintain the originality of who and what I am? Not necessarily changing, but improving what I am. I think that is where I am. I want to make sure, I mean, every single day, I always have that as my problem. I want to make sure that when the Spotify raps come out, all these things come out, you can look back and say, I had a better year. And I see, so that's where I am musically. So really just working towards that. Personally, I'm in a very, very like funny place in my life. I would say, I don't know, sometimes I just like to make it easier and attribute it to the fact that I'm in that space where I'm sure everybody can relate to one way or another, where you just feel the need to start life as a man. And at the same time, you're looking at the kind of job. And you're kind of like, you're waiting, but you know you really need to start looking at things from a whole different angle. You can't continue clubbing, living reckless. Probably start thinking to have like a mini you, stuff like that. Yeah, kind of. So it's like that. It's kind of like fun, and I do believe if you really want to, you know how I really want to be a musician, and I knew if I never made it, I would be sad. Thank God I've made it to a very large extent, so I can't be sad about not making it. That's how if you ever wanted to be a dad or be a husband or be a if that's something that you ever want to life wanted and you end up not doing it as doing it, you will definitely
Tell me how you got into music. The journey behind all these things that we see now. I mean, you obviously have come to a place where you've gained a lot of recognition globally, right? And what's more interesting is that you gain this recognition doing something that's, should I say, not particularly mainstream.
there's no issue.
Yeah, it's not mainstream. And then, I wouldn't even be surprised if, you had just remained in a particular state. Remain in the village, I was going to say, in Clayton. But, you actually seem to come out, maintain your originality, and you're doing big things. So how the journey been for you, and what has kept you or held you true to your craft?
Journey is so easy because there are times you can, like, mostly for someone like me that has the ability to do any kind of music, so I could easily be doing proper Afro, I'm piano, I would do it sit there perfectly. You won't even know what this is music like. If I play some records, you wouldn't believe your eyes. When someone like me encounters what I've encountered is very hard because at that time you have to sit down and say, do I want to take the risk? And I might never make it. I might just have people that will just keep saying, well, don't, but it never goes anywhere. Well, that is the point where the people around you come in. It's talking about the managers, your creatives, the lawyers, and everything. Because this music fairs, we have the talent, was kind of like 30%. I'm really giving it to you. Let me go down to 20. Yeah, we have the creatives, and inside the creatives, we have the stylists and the video guys, photographers that will bring that vision to life. That's not the talent of music.
I mean, imagine if a videographer does a poor job.
A lot of songs have died because of the couldn't portray it.
Yeah,
In picture. If you have a shitty legal team, you can get into trouble. Check about management. People, managers that will manage your temper, your excesses, your days of living like a asshole, right?
of course.
Of being like an asshole, days of being like a good person, days you don't feel like doing shit, and so on and so forth. A&R's moment. So like it's like a very big
Collective.
yeah, it's like what is the word? Maybe it's a company. Every artist is a company, but if you think about it, but people don't always focus on the artist, which is fine, but that's the idea of the whole thing. To focus on the artist. But yeah, it's not easy, but thank God for education too, for me personally. Because education helps you to know that anything is possible. You just have to put your mind to you have to be persistent. And that's what education did for me. As someone that studied marketing in university and did business, project in business, kind of like made me curious. Like, so for me, the more people were saying this might not work, that's why it should work.
Of course.
Because the best things to produce are things that it's not really in the market, but it's in demand. People are in demand of songs that will touch their soul, that will move them, that will make them, after they're done to spend their money, they'll go and think. So now, all I had to do was figure out how do I make this kind of music so relatable that people are not shy away from it. Then you start being innovative with the sound. You can make meaning and still make commercial records. You can. Another thing is you can be controversial without being a troublemaker. I would say that's what my brand has done for me.
Yeah.
Very controversial. People have their takes on me and what they like to say about me. But I don't really don't have
You're in no person's business. Just do your thing.
just on my own. But just me being here alone sometimes surprises me. I remember like as I December I was looking at my monthly listeners and I was about 1.1 monthly listeners on Spotify. And I'm looking at my colleagues and I'm doing like
The actual Afro, this guy don't even have.
it's what I don't have is what I have little over here and I'm like, this is quite impressive.
You're
Like,
in the game.
it's not like I have been carried by
Other people.
other people. I'm not like I've not even gotten that favor yet. And I am there.
I heard some of the songs and I'm like, okay. So I'm a person who I'm interested in any kind of sounds. I was talking to somebody the other day and asking me what kind of songs do you listen to? I'm like, anything. I mean, if I hear a good Indian song, I'll listen to it. If I hear a good Hausa song, I mean, in as much as it appeals with me, come on, I'm gonna listen to it. And so I heard your sound and I'm like, okay. I mean, that's a long time before now. And I've been following. At first, I had like different opinions or thoughts about you and the music that you make. But come on, it's a beautiful piece of work. Every time I hear you, sing. Anytime I hear you, maybe on live or you're organizing the band and all of that, beautiful. And then the way you carry all the sounds together. Carry your personality, your movements, and all that. Like, who's this guy?
I know that from this me. It's just me. For me, when I'm doing music, it's serious business. And I am a perfectionist when it comes to that.
Oh.
It has to be perfect. At least close to perfect. I overwork to get what I want, but my music, I am involved in every single beat. All my songs today, no one was waiting for me before. I record myself. I also know how to mix and master. It's not from a place of musically correct. It's more from a place of
getting to where you
I want to get to. Yeah. It might not be musically correct.
Yeah. But it is what you have.
Yeah. What I feel.
What you feel.
So that's what Excel was. With the song Excel, I mixed it, and the mix was not correct. In terms of like, you have to cut out the highs, the lows, blah, 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 and all that. I didn't really pay attention to that. I just felt like this was how I wanted something. My producer was not okay with it because he was like, oh, when you play it in the clubs, you might, you know, and I drove. Let us leave it. Let us do this thing like this. And yes, since today, people talk about how it feels.
That's originality.
Yeah, because there are some old songs we love so much that the mix is not really anything.
Nah.
It's how it feels, the textures, all about
that. Now, this particular genre of music that you have chosen to follow or pursue, is it lucrative?
Is it lucrative? It's not really lucrative. I make a lot of money. I probably make money than a lot of people that have on club songs.
Right.
Okay, let me give you an example. I left Lagos November 15th. I took a paper to go stay back home. And 31 days in December, I did 24 shows.
Wow. That's a whole lot. 24 shows in 31 days.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
So what I was saying, I can't say my price here, but
no, of course not. Even if you're getting 20K for each, that's never the case. Even if you're getting $1 million for each, that's a whole lot. And why it is surprising is because so I don't know, the particular genre that you've chosen to do, like I said, it's not mainstream, right? But people listen to you. They do. You have such a huge following. We're just saying on Spotify just now, they have over 1 million monthly listeners. And I'm like, what's the motivation these people see? What's the thing that they see? I know apart from the originality that they see, apart from the authenticity and all of that, what keeps them?
They see themselves in the music. It's real.
It's relatable.
It's relatable. So I don't tell you the secret to someone like me is this: we forever. I am the kind of person that live forever. I'm not here to come and collect money that will break people.
Of course.
I'm here to create music that will feed me, my children's children. And this is the difference. We have people that their families are like girls.
Yeah.
Their families are like boys. Some both families have teens. Some are like school children.
Yeah.
I have every
cut across every
I'm telling you that
class.
I was once shooting and I had like 3, 4, 5-year-old children singing one of my songs, Big Masquerade. I said, you need somebody call me again.
Yeah.
Like that's it, like I've seen old people, I've done that old people. One of my biggest fans, so rest in peace, ever that I've seen, like from most of my head, was like a 90-something-year-old American man, Black American man. One of his wishes was that I was to attend his burial, but at the time I didn't have my US visa. He, like, every day listens to my music. Wow. He's American, he's not Nigerian.
I was listening to one of the songs one time. I was enjoying it so much. I was very into it. It was later I discovered the burial song.
That's good.
I mean, the lyrics are there. You know, I could hear it by and all of that. But I was not paying attention. I was just carried away by, all of the things they were doing and all of that.
Yeah.
So tell me, what inspired you to write and release a burial song?
So it's not just saying goodbye is fine. It's not saying goodbye does not mean you're dying.
Mm.
I used to play when I made that album Healer's Chapel, from the name you can hear what the album entails. It means healing. The first song I want to be forever, the last song is Dynamo. Say goodbye song. The first song is telling you I'm going to be here forever. And at the end I'm saying goodbye. So very intentional. Get me? And
So everybody does music for birthday parties, for weddings,
call me, where's the camera? Call me. If your weekend uncle died, I'm the one. A weekend auntie that call me. If you support that, I will try my day for you. Who am I?
Oh my goodness. Sensational. Let's go into all of that and talk about collaboration. Yeah, so I don't think we're doing one anymore, but I know we're doing a joint project with Joe Boy. Tell us how that is.
It's very, we have made all the songs since like me and Joe will make music a lot, like we make a lot of music. Joe's my brother, song that genuinely like and love, respect, because he respects me too. So we came up and we decided we wanted to do a joint project and tap into pockets that people don't really know I can tap into, which is the romantic part, the love side of things. So the project has a lot of love songs.
Oh, so we're getting some love from the video.
Yeah. The name of the project is called Agaba Romantic. Agaba, which is masculine and romantic. It's still me being me, but showing how
an aspect of you.
showing how versatile, how dangerous, how dangerous. I am the Kapush Kabash. You see that? Some WC house, Agaba Romantic, 7-track project. We have Kimari on it. That's our baby girl. That's our younger sister. She's very good, and we have Brian Baja on it. So very proper.
How was the studio and when you guys work together?
I don't do the studios, I have my studio house. So do like stuff to my days. I will play there, make music. I call them and say, I gave you something in my mind. We call a record. We tell her, I gave you something, something just like that. So it's more like he loves soul, I love soul. He loves soul from the man's part, I love soul from the
Cultural
life part. So like, that's why on paper it doesn't look like we work. But each time we play music, it always work.
Do you enjoy stepping out of your comfort zone sometimes?
I asked you if you know about the song with the women.
Yeah.
I already said yes.
Yeah.
Have you heard my song Mr. Sailorman before? Oh, Mr. Sailorman,
Yeah.
way too child to.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've heard that song.
of course.
We played Demons and Angels. Birthday now, I want to be forever. Everybody believe that.
Yeah.
Lona, right? A Flacco. With the Jimoto Black. That's a song I have called Oliver. See, I can go on and on. You cannot find the same genre of music in all the songs.
Actually.
It's not.
Yeah, totally different.
Totally. You think you don't understand? I have always done different genres of music. But do you know what you don't know? That is beauty. Because a lot of times people have criticized artists for leaving the genre that works for them.
Yeah.
But that is because the artists did not master themselves. To put themselves with any type of beats. The last album I did, Healer's Chapel, is a gospel album. Basically. Just a gospel. Down by the river Jordan, down by the river Jordan, set me free. Say no, that's him. That's basically him. I'm doing that. All that procession type music. When you go to the EP I did before that, Time Traveler, that was music gyration, high life, music tapping into the southern sound. So like I've always left my comfort zone, but it's so beautiful that people do not know when I did. That's what tells me that I'm doing so that many bright twice in my life. Looking for me, I've seen them like this bar, side on that. I was one of the things that convinces to tell the music the way I made it today, like where I say what a beautiful thought, the message. When you listen to a song like Stages of Life, the song I call Stages of Life, I explain life from birth to death in one song, stage by stage. The message is important to me. And I said it a Flacco, the same song I was making people like bombs. I said, as you listen, the moment the message pass you by. So use your number 6 so you tackle back by. And that was me telling them, no matter how sweet the melody is, listen. Because my main aim is to see something that makes sense. And if I'm writing a song and I get stuck on one line that does not make sense, I will still get here and find a line that makes sense. Yeah, because I have songs that, like, there's a song currently that I posted on TikTok that has been going, right? That's having a traction. The one song is called Silent One. We made that song in started making that song in late 2020 and recorded 2021, completed it later on like 2022. Wow. So then that first time I just posted like 3-4 weeks ago and people are relating to it. For look at the amount of time it took
to create.
To create that, like let every emotion match every word.
Alright. So right about now we've come to the part of the show that we tag show. So it's the part of the show where we get to ask you a question. And this question is usually as a result of a kind of investigation we do, right? So you have to determine whether or not it is true, right? So yeah, we found out that before now, I mean, we have used substances.
Very though. My parents will say that I don't know, like, I mean, but I'm not really going to say I've done it all. Just being a young boy at first, thinking that was what makes you feel happy. Or that's what makes you feel better. Or when they say, oh, if you smoke and you write music, it's more, or you take codeine, you take this, it's not wishing you that. It's just coming from a real place.
Does that affect your music, right?
Never. Like, I'm even more clear-headed.
Right.
Yeah, I'm more clear-headed. See, for example, weed is just something that for some people it helps them focus, or some people makes them. Whatever weed can do for anybody now, I do it by myself.
You understand?
You get like I do it by myself.
Myself, and I've never had or I've never smoked. Right? Do you understand? And then I get asked this question a lot of times. How do you go through it? Like, how else do you go through life?
I'm not smoking, I'm not drinking. So for some people it's women.
Okay.
For some people it's God. It's a vice. A vice is a vice.
People are constantly trying to get there. I'm not saying drugs, alcohol, women and all that is bad. But I mean there are people who don't do all of these things. So the idea that the necessity should be a vice.
But exercise, even if it's legal.
So where I get a good vice.
Yes, that is just that is easily different. Like, but for me, what I see as a vice is something that you do on to an unnecessary point.
Yeah. Okay.
Every drug we take, like when people take tramadol, take codeine, they are actually meant for something.
Of course. I was just talking to somebody about it.
Yeah, so consumption wise, but like it's how you're taking it that is becoming the problem, right? So, same to the weed, and that's why it's legalized in some countries.
Yeah.
You get me? If you had so much, but no country would definitely legalize to try to control it. The advice to me, I know people that they want God like this. Like, they must pray, they must read the Bible, they must attend every service before they do anything. Like, I know people like it's genuine. You can tell it is advice, and they don't even know what is affecting their real life relationships, their friends. I mean, when you say it like that, it sounds like you're a bad person being against God, but no. God did not create you as an angel, Michael. We were for a reason. He created you as a human being. So at all times, as you remember him, remember that the person that is around you was created in his own image and likeness.
There's an illustration that makes sense to me every time. Like, walk up that's 6 o'clock. You see, like one with the longer hand tilting upwards and then the other one down. So as you're looking up, you should also look down.
Down, yes. I usually have problems with people like that. I don't know how to, like, no one is trying to compete with God. I love God as well, but the difference is if we all act like that, no one is going to care about anybody. The world is going to scatter. Because at the end of the day, like you said it, one hand is the key here. You have to do that. So, and that's why I don't respect people that at the cost of other people's life, they want to do their religious thing.
Yeah. Nah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Overly religious people.
Yeah, overly. Like, I will never respect you. I will never believe you. Because even God wants you to help. God wants you to save somebody. God wants you to look at your neighbor. So, and sometimes it's not always about prayer. Sometimes He gave you brain for a reason. Pray for Him to help you think and just go and solve the problem. Sometimes, that's why you see some people, they take them to prayer house instead of hospital.
I mean, I come from a home where certain things they like set to be impossible. I just do what I have to do. Because one thing I say is success is like one of the most predictable things. If you add to give it 4 in every universe, in every reality, nothing's going to change that fact. And so instead of maybe taking certain things religiously and then putting it to prayers, why not just apply principles?
I do believe you should always put it in prayers, like, but don't make so much about
like
it.
Everything.
Yeah, then you forget that you're meant to
do something.
That's my point. The same thing. That's why I say it can be a vice. You can do it and start doing it wrongly, and you don't even know you're doing it wrongly. You're affecting your community. Those are the people that are always making noise. People are trying to sleep. They're making noise. That's nonsense. The fact that you cannot consider you're not serving God, just know that one first. If you don't have consideration in mind, you're not serving God. The same thing I have with people that love women too much. Love women because you're not meant to hate them. But learn to love one so much. For me, one is I get you if you can take care of 2, fine. But for me, 1 is already so much work. So what I'm going to say is that it's vice. Imagine when you're just loving every girl in the house. It becomes bad. But when you just love one, that's a good vice. If that person is a good person, it's a good vice. The same thing like that. It's just like drug abuse. So that's what I'm saying, that your vice might not be good. It might not be alcohol. It might not be drugs.
It might be unnecessary spending.
Yes. I know somebody that his own vice is drinking energy drink. And that is messing with his health. You get me? I know somebody that his own vice, he can't stop walking. Like, he just feels like he must walk, whether the walk is bringing result or not. Like, you know when you walk and you're walking for nothing? He just feels like he has to just, and you have to be careful of when you're overreaching. So sometimes people think internet is not the worst drug we have. It's calling, even me right now, that's my problem. Because it seems like as I day, like I can't collect my phone like this. It's a drug. It's eating up your time. anything that can eat up your human time, your human interaction, like you battle with the world. That's why I'm saying alcohol, weed, religion, anything that you can do too much, whereby you start losing track with your current reality.
And this, as funny as it sounds, we tend to overlook all of these things. And so that's why I'm very, very particular about certain things. Like we're just talking about phones. Most times, if you try to reach me, like morning to noon, probably you won't reach me because I'm not on my phone, right? I'm not on my phone. I just want to do any other thing apart from. No, it's actually not easy. I mean, I would intentionally say, I'm not doing that. I get calls and no, not now, right? So because I just want to like put limits to everything.
That's how you know that is a bad thing.
Of
You know what I'm
course.
saying?
Yeah,
Because
because people are trying to reach me.
No, I'm saying that you dropping the phone is not a good thing.
Yeah.
Because you're not having time for proper human
Yeah.
things. Like, see, so that I'm scared that my interaction with my phone can mess up my relationship, or I might have messed up my relationship with my friends, my family, maybe even. But now, what the case is, because you might just be so dwelling on it that you're not paying attention to what is happening around you. And you're hurting people's feelings, you're not paying attention to things you're meant to do, what you're meant to do. Still the same thing with taking drugs.
Yeah.
When you take drugs and you're just so you see, so advice is advice. It's just the thing is learn balance. I think that's the major thing. You have to learn balance.
Nice. All right. So quick one. Are you open to new collaboration?
Of course. Currently I'm in the mood whereby I just want to be making collaborations. It's just like joint EP, album, joint EP. If you leave me right now, I wouldn't even drop my own songs. Yeah.
Well, I mean, almost nobody does the kind of music.
So
are you open to going? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I will. So comfortable.
Right.
So first we're not talking about sex.
Yeah. All right. Beautiful. So everybody with the chance is open to collaborations. Beautiful collaborations. Just imagine. I want to see you on a song. The likes of Zlatan. I want to see you on a song with the likes of Charlie Poppy, with the likes of Davido. I would actually want to see what you and Davido will do.
David is an artist that knows how to enter pockets.
Yeah.
If you think about it, David knows how to, like, he's actually made songs on different
different sounds.
Yeah, so
that one is actually like the top of my list right now.
Light work.
Right, because I mean he will also use his lingua and all of that, bring it local, and then you. So please, let's see if that can happen. All right. Yeah. So, is there anything you want to say to your fans out there?
My fans.
Yeah, to your listeners, to people who will be your fans after this podcast and all.
My fans, what I want to say is that people should bring your sacrifice.
I forgot you did that.
I'm joking. I think to the real true fans, the one that have really loved the music, the person, and everything genuinely, I would say thank you. It's not easy to stand people like us that our beliefs are not the normal and can be seen as the bad belief.
Alternative, yeah.
Yeah, like it's trying to take them to the dark side. Thank you guys for understanding. I think that's the first thing I would say. For sticking around, because to be honest, I look at my numbers. As much as I want more, I'm looking at having 12 million, 11 million streams, just like I want different millions and stuff. And I am so grateful to them. So what I have to say to them is thank you. To the ones that love my music but are not yet stands, I will tell them, please listen more. Listen with an open mind. I am not against your religion, your God, your ethics or norms. I'm just
trying to open your eyes to the reality of things.
Yeah, what is real? Yeah, that's my own problem. Like, always remember that after everything, reality is reality. You know how some people create this whole thing like say death's not a big deal. Like
No.
yeah, like I feel like the moment you just say okay, it's fine, but I want to make sure that I'm living my life to its purpose, to God's purpose. If your purpose is to like preach to people, it doesn't necessarily mean like I'm preaching.
Of course, right
I'm
now
a
you are.
preacher. That's my first project was called The Messenger. I am a preacher. I do believe I'm a prophet. But like people think being a prophet is about climbing the altar, carrying this Bible,
And
carrying
calling
Bible.
phone
No,
numbers and all that.
we are passing good messages that if you look at my lyrics, you will even see some quotes there that can be defended by the Bible. That's just the fact. And there are still some things. And one thing about people that are like prophetic, like are prophets, is that we're not meant to say things that you would always agree with.
Of course.
Because we're saying things that you do not know, you do not see yet. And that message has been given to us, so we have to now say it. In fact, being a prophetic person is to me is like you have to be very bold. You have to be bold that you know that everybody every vex. Say you talk, say, okay, just like the statement I made about people can love God so much in the way that they neglect their immediate human beings, and that is a sin of his own. God will look at you at that moment that you're praying and say, my dear, my guy, go and look after your own friend. Go and say hello to him. Your friend is depressed. Why are you always spending time? I've heard you. Whether you close your eye or not, I'm with you. God can say that to you. And he will tell you, remember when in the Bible, when it was, I think something like, when I was hungry, did you feed me?
Yeah.
That's like whatever you're doing to your fellow human being, you're
I
doing
was
for God.
praising. You come visiting.
Whatever you're doing for your fellow human being, you're doing
Living
for
up to
God.
God.
Basically. So if I say it on a plain level now, I just say, I don't think people should not like people should learn how not to pay attention, like where you're not paying attention to your environment anymore. Or because of like I grew up around that in this thing I'm talking about. And I saw it so much. It was so sad when my mothers were neglecting their children because they thought they were doing God's
Yeah, they're doing God's work. They're neglecting their
their
businesses,
children, their
neglecting
husband,
businesses,
their business, their
neglecting
family,
everything.
like, and their life is going down. You think your God is that wicked that he's going to? Nah, he wouldn't do that. There's one thing I'm happy my dad told me. My dad told me that prayer is not always about kneeling down and praying or gathering. Like it's like you could be driving and you're saying a prayer. You could be in the toilet, you're saying a prayer. Because the conversation is with God and God is Yahweh. He's air, basically. He's there everywhere. He's matter. You know if he hide. So wherever you are, you're talking to him. But the concept of like those ways should be like sacred times when you're going to like the church or like want to have a little moment. But if you do it too much, like I saw families that did this thing so much where I grew up that or more, you'll be like, how is this possible? Can't you see you're destroying your life? You're not having time for your children. Children don't even know say they get mama again. Husband don't know say get wife again. Or wife don't know say she get husband again. Like, do you really think at the end of the day, God might not ask you, when I needed you as a mother, you are not there for me. When I needed you as a father, you are not there for me. When I needed you as a husband, you will not ask him, when did you come to me and asked him as a mother and I did not care for you? He will not say that same thing that was said in the Bible. Did you look at your kid? Your kid was hungry and your main problem was that you wanted to go and sweep the church. You get so, but like if you say it directly, I might end up offending people. But like I said, saying prophetic things or saying messages like is right by God is not
caring
easy.
about what people
Yeah,
think.
you have to not care. And you have to just say it because it is the truth.
That's the reality.
That's the reality. Like we all were created by God's image, and for me, I rate you more when you care about the person beside you
Humanity.
than when you're just all about, oh, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian, I'm a Buddhist. I want you to be a Christian and make sure you care for human beings. Because there are people that really don't care for human beings. They just think or if I just love God with all my heart. Bam. Yeah, so
Nice one. All right. So right now we're going to engage you in a couple of games.
okay.
Right. And so the first one, we're doing this shoot by 2 a.m.
Yeah, 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Crazy.
Guys, 2 a.m. So
Artist life.
yeah, 2 a.m. Right? So the first one, you have to call somebody and the person picks.
Yeah. I have to call somebody, the person picks. Yeah, please, can you tap me to give him my phone? Anybody.
Anybody. Yeah, anybody.
My phone, please. Thank you. Anybody.
You do that, you get a reward. Just $10.
What's the reward?
Just $10.
Just $10.
Yeah.
Wow, just make it 100.
Anybody.
Hello? Hello? You said anybody.
That was quick.
You said anybody. I have called somebody.
Guys, you know what just happened? He called somebody right here.
You said anybody. I asked anybody. You said anybody.
So do you know what they call manipulation? This is a high level manipulation. By saying call anybody and by mentioning the time at which we're making or doing this podcast, what it implies was anybody outside this particular location. Yes.
Location.
I want to see whether you have anybody who physically is not present here but can attend to your call. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let me see.
So that was
let me see.
a no.
Okay, I'll try 3 persons.
Call one person. It makes it harder.
Okay, that is if it's ringing though.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
I'm suspecting that it might not ring.
Okay.
As you can see, it's just showing calling here.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see, it's still showing
Yes,
calling.
still showing
So
calling.
meaning it's not online.
He's not online.
So I have to call
Okay,
somebody
call
that's
some
online.
other person that's online.
Yes, online. That's what I mean by. Anyway, so if I call that, it's $20. I mean, so that's what I'm saying. I call that a big $20.
I mean, that was actually very smart. So we could give you that, I love smart people.
Hello? You just sleep. I'll call you back at the podcast. They will challenge me to call somebody. Just so like I'll call you back after the podcast. $20 in the bank. What do you want? Bitcoin? BTC account? Do you have cash?
Oh.
I call the house. They bring the change down already.
Don't worry. We have cash.
Okay. What other games?
All right. What other games do we have? So we're going to make you describe something to somebody here right now, and the person has to know exactly what it is.
Okay.
I told you.
So what is the word? Okay. D. Are you active? I'm going to describe something for you, and I need you to guess what it is. So what I'm going to describe for you is an item you use outside the house. And we use it to protect our skin from sun rays. No.
Okay. At this point, we'll stop there before you take all my money. Okay. All right. So, quick one. Before we let you go,
Yeah.
I mean, just a while ago,
Yeah.
we were, surfing the net and all of that.
Okay.
And we might have seen a particular blog.
Yeah,
Should we call names?
Niger Contra, yes.
Yeah. We might have seen a particular blog
Yeah.
post something about you
Yeah.
pertaining to,
And,
cultism and all
yeah,
that.
they said Port Harcourt and cultism are 5 and 6. Stay away from cultism. And I was the one in the video. I've been laughing all day. Because
you find it funny?
it's very funny. It's very, very funny. Because, how would I put it? I have always been fighting the stereotype they put on gyration music.
Yeah.
Gyration music is basically we are from the South, our own cultural music. I do understand why though, because of the context of what the boys were singing and everything. But why it's funny to me is because I have been stereotyped in that form before online. And before I used to be like, no. And it used to get worse. But now I've seen that the best is to laugh about it because it's not your truth. It's your truth. No, it's not. I make gyration music because it's my local music. It's like the way we have Fuji, the way we have High Life.
Yeah.
It is a genre of music that have just been bastardized.
Yeah.
You know me. If you're a Port Harcourt boy, get one to they always talk. Every Port Harcourt boy is an artist. Do you know why they actually do say that? Because the lingua of the Norsemen is basically the Port Harcourt typical pidgin English.
Oh,
mostly
right. I mean, I was talking with my manager actually is from Port Harcourt, right? And then he said something one day, and I was like, you can't say this in Benin. I was like, why? He said, you just can't.
That's the problem,
Yeah.
And it still comes back to what I'm always fighting against. How would you feel if you were doing this to your own?
Yeah, to your own language.
We all grew up in Port Harcourt, and we decided to seek for greener pastures outside of Port Harcourt. And now outside of Port Harcourt, I'm speaking like the way I am meant to speak. I know how to speak. And you're telling me I cannot because of your own thinking, your own stereotype. Let me give you an example. I will say some words here that they think is fraternity work. But if somebody said, oh boy, disembark. What is the meaning of disembark? That's an English word, right?
Yeah.
So the Port Harcourt pidgin is just a pidgin that actually has a lot of English attached to it. Basically, unlike saying, oh boy, come on for here, we say, oh boy, disembark. But me, I grew up in where they call town, Burukiri, Port Harcourt. That's like Port Harcourt main town. And I'm telling you that I grew up around this lingua.
Yeah.
What do you expect me to do? We've even tried to even come and try to stop saying because you don't want anybody to see you
in that light.
Anytime we as Port Harcourt artists just gather,
you can't avoid it.
Who goes? Because it's our thing.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily start asking you where we don't do that. My only cry is I understand that fraternity is a problem. Trust me, I do understand. Cultism is a problem. It's not even as bad as it used to be because I think Yahoo and all that just came and calmed it down. We don't really have too much
tech and the rest.
Yeah, we don't have frat wars like that anymore. Like it used to be before. It's mainly in the local. That have not seen the light. That's still doing it. And those boys that were singing, they are Egu boys. We call them Egu boys. Boys that they sing gyration music. If you've heard some verse, that's Egu. That's gyration. They're not bad songs. They're just songs to uplift your spirit. Same thing with the whole. They just call us militant. Once they hear you're a job boy, militant. Why? Because these people that are militants were fighting for a just cause. And it's okay, let me give you a perfect example for you to understand it more from the militant perspective. I always say Asawana. I'm a Niger boy. And as someone is not even really like a bad thing. It's more like a war chant. You know, it's like a war chant, like warriors type thing, right?
Yeah.
And when you say Asawana Wana, you can mean it really just means God is with us, basically. You see the way we have bastardized and stereotyped the Muslim man that dresses in his whole this thing because of the whole Boko Haram issue. And we hear them cry that I am not Boko Haram. I feel for them because I understand.
You understand? Yeah, you can actually relate.
Do you understand? People fought for a certain cause, and because the music that they know, that's when I play the gyration. So when they are maybe videoing them and I was playing on this gyration, who deliver all our silence, who deliver, they sing all those songs and everything. All of a sudden, the whole media takes it that if you're singing like this, you're not militant. Or you're singing like that. But no, what happens is that these people were fighting for a cause. But remember, we are from somewhere. And because they're from somewhere, their behavior, attitude, language, lingua, music, food, sense of dressing, color will be tied to a certain people. So if you now bastardize that whole thing, you're basically saying that almost all of us, Ijaw people are militant. Yes. Because tell me why I cannot just be an Ijaw boy in peace. I understand it, but like understand my own part to educate yourself. Educate the mind. Read more. Nigeria is bigger than Wazobia. I keep saying it. It is bigger than Wazobia. If you read, I have friends that are from Delta, Agbo, name it, that would they, oh yeah, but like, because I'm educated, I can still go to Delta, Agbo, just know where they go. Even for the same Port Harcourt, maybe everywhere you go. You don't see, even the strongest men, they don't go everywhere. In fact, the strongest men, the most rugged men are even the most limited.
Yes.
So, that's why they will tell you 99% intelligence, 1% ruggedity. Do you know why they say that? Always use your sense. The street is not won by who is stronger. Most of the time, the leaders are always even the people that with the smallest body because they are smart.
That's smart.
So, even people that are doing, we are the rugged ones, they are the ones that are even more limited to go to places because they know if I go here and if you catch me. So what am I trying to say? Nobody is walking around the whole place and doing anyhow. Even me, but I could have some places that I will say, I need to go. I know if you go. I know if you enter. Not because of anything, just because you are smart, you respect yourself. It's the world we are in today. So yes, Niger Confa. You guys are so nice. Thank you for the PR, please.
Right.
Because at least through this, a lot of people have known me.
Yeah.
You know,
of course.
They've known me. And if you go look at the comments for the people are praising the boys that are singing and their voice is so good. Yes, that's how Ijaw people sing. We sing with passion, our soul, mind, body, and spirit. That is the spirit of an Ijaw man. Every single thing we will sing with. If they come here now, they will start singing with everything here. But with our war drums, the bottles, after they've done their kai, that's a fisherman lifestyle. So you guys can.
Fine. All right. So last one.
Yeah.
What are we expecting from you?
Yeah.
I mean, in the nearest future, and what is your sound going to be like? Are you going to remain original? Are you going to remain the same way, or you're, maybe going to implement certain other elements, certain other things to your sound?
We evolve every time. So, first of all, we did The Messenger, where there was this person sent by God to tell people things that made sense. Then I did Time Traveler, the project, which was me going back to the roots of music, high life, gyration, and all from where I'm from. After that, we did Healer's Chapel, which is basically gospel. And now we're doing Agaba Romantic with Joe Boy. I'm looking, I think I might have one or two other collab projects I might do. We're on Agaba Romantic now, which is basically exploring reggaeton, nostalgic reggaeton music, dancehall, R&B, different aspects of like make music. On my own side, what I'm looking at to work on is bring our militancy to limelight. Yes, we will now embrace it and make it into music. Like I'm going to be making sounds that make you feel like a Niger Delta boy, but they are going to be very, very pop.
Okay.
But like you will know that this is Niger Delta.
All right. It sounds like it's going to be an interesting ride for you, and we can't wait to see all of this come to light.
Of course.
Thank you again for being on the show.
Thank you.
It was such an interesting episode, an interesting conversation. All true, and I'm sure, just like me, the listeners out there would obviously gain a lot from this episode. And yeah, I don't take it for granted. Thank you again for coming. We hope we can do this many other times. Right?
I love the energy in the room. It's
right.
Yeah, it feels good to be here. So I'm blessed.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. All right. Thanks for watching this episode of True Colors Podcast. I'm sure you had fun. I'm sure you enjoyed the episode and you gained a lot of things from this particular episode. Join us next week, Thursday, this same time, to new episodes on your screen.